next Monday night, November 10th, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers go on the road to
And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Jimmy Fredette is out there with the monster. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Smith in at the 4 slot.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And it's slammed in by Diaw. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
Some fantastic numbers for the monster. He's got 19 points and 1 steal as well. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Calderon dishes to Prigioni. Passes it to Len. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. The baseline J. And he drops that one in. 23 points for the monster.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Well, the bottom third of the East usually gets pummeled by the West, and last year the Magic were definitely part of that group.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Leonard, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Crawford comes in for Pablo Prigioni. And it's Collison in for Jose Calderon. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Doubled by Collison. The monster passes to Chandler. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the bucket. 25 points for the monster.
As you said, it's hard enough playing the West as a low-end East team. And the Magic felt that last year. 6 total wins for them against the West.
And the dunk by Len. And that's how you exploit a gap with the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow.
He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Orlando making some changes. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for a Flalo. Scola comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Bynum in for Fredette. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And guys, there was a clear case of the haves and have-nots last year in the East, and the Magic were part, unfortunately, of the have-nots.
And most of that is due to the fact that they're relatively young. They're trying to rebuild a team that can compete in the playoffs. So they're on that journey, and when you're talented but young, it takes a little while.
Darren Collison could be the fastest player in the NBA with the ball in his hands. Westbrook, Parker, obviously in the conversation as well, but boy, Collison, the son of 2 track stars, he is just explosive.
And both free throws good for Darren Collison. And Collison loves to use his quickness at both ends, a blur in transition, Clark, and defensively, he'll hound you for the full 94 feet.
Well, again, we've talked about this. Kevin, you've got to play to your strengths. He's a little undersized, but as they say, speed kills, and he looks to make the most of his speed.
Knocked loose. Here's Diaw. Pass to Collison. Dishes it to Diaw. Crawford, no one around him. Perkins pulls it in. Perkins got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Such a solid performance for them inside. The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for the Magic.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3. It paid off for them in the end.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for the Monster. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Another finish at the bottom of the division for the Pelicans last year, but they showed that they're working towards something, and I think they could be a playoff team in the coming years.
Well, the Pelicans certainly have the pieces to get to the postseason, as you said. I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before they get it done and figured out so they can be a postseason team.
And really for the Pelicans, Steve, it'll just be about being patient and not wanting to rush into the postseason. Let their team, grow naturally.
Yeah, I agree. And, it's been a while since New Orleans has played in the postseason. 2011 was their last appearance, but, just trying for a quick run with high-priced free agents would not be in their best interest.
Back to Chandler. Here's the Monster. He's guarded by McCollum. Soft touch off the glass. 32 points for the Monster.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
And Prigioni kicks to Kanter. And that one's good.
If this had come earlier, they might have been able to get back into it.
Yeah, but as it is, too little, too late.
The Monster passes to Chandler. Here's the Monster. Fires the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right.
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
At power forward, standing 6.
We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We'll also be hearing from our friend Dorsberg from the sideline. We'll see the Charlotte Hornets defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And I'll tell you what, even though they looked like the better team a year ago, they only managed a split of the season series.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Jimmer Fredette is out there with Perkins. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then there's Aflalo. And it's the monster in at the point guard.
Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today.
On defense, the Magic. Clark, if you don't make the playoffs and a team you handled all right does, I mean, that gives you a little confidence that you can be among those 8 seeds next time around.
Kevin, I think it should give you some confidence. I'm sure both teams have that as their goal, getting to the playoffs, and they've shown us some great games in the past when they've met up. This should be a lot of fun.
Outside Teague. Iguodala outside. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Iguodala's got his first points of the night. The Magic have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's the monster. Teague covering. Aflalo the pass to the monster. The Hornets pull it in. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And it's Martin penetrating, and he gets it to go. Martin's got his first basket.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
And it's Orlando's ball. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Here's the monster against New Orleans, who is really on his game.
Now, that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
Here's Martin. The Magic getting the bucket. Iguodala outside. Puts it up from 15. Offensive rebound. Nene. The drive by Iguodala. Nene. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
A strong finish coming right on the heels of that offensive rebound.
Clark, he went immediately back up with it.
I love the quickness there.
Man, that's how to do it. Take advantage of the D that's out of position after that initial shot.
Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Nene, a 6'11 Brazilian big man, strong and quick-footed with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. For him, as it is the case with a lot of players, it's about health. You know, over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Samuel Dallenberg is checked in for Perkins. Karolinko comes in for Jimmer Fredette. Smith checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Corey Brewers subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Well, you talk about Nene's troubles at times staying on the court, Steve. Some say he's unwilling to play through pain.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the case. You know, all I know is that when he's healthy, he is one of the most effective big men in the NBA, and he had a terrific run in the playoffs last year, particularly in that Chicago series.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the monster. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Well, guys, for a point guard.